Most new companies are lucky to last 5 years. Beretta has survived for 5 centuries, which is a remarkable feat indeed. Over the course of the company's history, the Beretta family has seen the advent of breech-loading guns, repeaters, smokeless powder, and much more. And through it all, Beretta has managed to remain on the leading edge of firearm innovation for 500 years. Let's take a look at Beretta's latest APX A1 full-size pistol. APX Evolution. Today, the company is as strong as ever, but Beretta faces new challenges. The large and growing concealed carry market has prompted all gun makers to develop lightweight, compact, polymer-frame semi-auto handguns for personal defense. Beretta has been making pocket pistols for decades, and one of its latest personal defense handgun, the APX Carry, seemed to have competed well with other guns on the market and was attractively priced. But since the APX Carry launched a few years ago, the handgun world has embraced carry guns with optics. For the APX to succeed, it would have to come optics ready, and Beretta understood that. So now, the company is offering the APX A1 Carry, a semi-auto 9mm handgun that's cut for mounting optics. Though Beretta is an Italian brand, the APX A1 Carry is manufactured stateside at the company's Gallatin, Tennessee facility. This 9mm has a modular frame that at the widest point on the grip measures less than an inch. The slide 2 measures under an inch, and with a 3-inch barrel and an overall height of 4.2 inches without optic and a length of just 5.6 inches, the 19-ounce Beretta is one of the easiest guns on the market to conceal. At 19.3 ounces, as weighed on a postal scale, the Beretta is heavier than the Ruger but lighter than the Springfield. Neither the Ruger nor the Springfield pistol is optics ready, although both brands do offer 9mm carry pistols that are cut for red dot sights. More about APX A1. The APX A1 Carry comes with a serialized chassis that can be removed from the polymer frame. There are 4 different polymer frame colors: flat dark earth, OD green, wolf gray, and black, so you can swap out colors if you'd like without purchasing a new gun. Despite its small size, the Beretta's grip is still comfortable to use. There's mild, modern-looking texturing on the surface of the sides of the grip and more aggressive texturing on the front strap and back strap. That's sensible because a pistol's axis of movement under recoil is almost exclusively vertical. The APX A1 Carry also has a low-bore axis that helps further mitigate muzzle rise. Beretta didn't opt to include an accessory rail on this gun, and we understand why. While some manufacturers feel the need to add every gadget to each gun, the folks at Beretta understand that only a handful of buyers will want to add a light or laser to a subcompact gun, especially one that's cut for a red dot sight. The trigger guard is oversized for the APX A1 Carry's small dimensions, so there's never an issue accessing the trigger when wearing gloves. Trigger time. One of the upgrades this gun received is an improved trigger. The original APX Carry is a fine gun, but there was little question that the trigger could be improved. While the APX A1 Carry's new pistol isn't single-action light, it has been smoothed out and is more manageable. Break weight averaged just over 6 pounds for 10 trigger pulls, which is suitable for a self-defense pistol at close range. There's a fixed trigger stop molded into the frame, and a deep undercut on the base of the trigger guard allows for an improved grip on the gun. The APX A1 Carry's rear sight is dovetailed into the cover plate, so when the plate is removed, the sight goes with it. That means there's no co-witnessing with the gun's iron sights. When the cover plate is removed, there are 2 tapped holes for mounting a base plate and another opening through which the firing pin block spring protrudes. When removing the cover plate, take care not to lose the spring. It is small and could easily be damaged or disappear underfoot. Beretta doesn't include any base plates with the gun, but the company promises it will ship the buyer a plate upon warranty registration. It seems to us it would be easier to offer the plates for sale on the website, and that may happen in the future. Beretta Basics. The Beretta's controls are basic but functional. There's a reversible oval magazine release button and a slide stop large enough and pronounced enough that most users can manipulate it even during stress. There's been a move toward itty-bitty slide stops, and while we understand the concept, a smaller control doesn't dig into the body when the gun is carried and is less likely to hang up when drawing, we've never understood the value of adding a control that's virtually impossible to operate. The Beretta's slide stop isn't 1911 big, but it's more accessible than many competing guns. The other primary control is the takedown lever. Disassembly doesn't take any special tools, but Beretta recommends using a ballpoint pen to press the striker deactivation button on the right rear portion of the frame and then rotating the takedown lever and removing the slide assembly. You can pull the trigger on an unloaded pistol instead of pressing the striker deactivation button, but having the ability to disassemble the gun without pulling the trigger is nice. One 6-round and one 8-round metal magazine are included. The 8-round magazine comes with an extension that is dimpled on either side so it can be pulled manually from the pistol's frame. The 6-round magazine comes with a pinky extension as well as a flush-fit cover. With a suggested retail price of $449, the Beretta is affordably priced and competitive in this market. That's about $50 more than the Springfield's XD Defend Your Legacy and over $100 more than Ruger's EC9s, although the Beretta offers a slide that's cut for optics. Ruger's Max 9, $559, and Springfield's Hellcat OSP, $599, cost more, but these guns feature stack-and-a-half bottleneck magazines that up capacity to 12 to 13 rounds, respectively, of 9mm ammo. We test-fired the gun with 5 different defensive and target loads. Our initial takeaway is that recoil is not particularly bad from this sub-20-ounce 9mm. The pistol doesn't come with interchangeable backstraps, so what you see is what you get, but the grip angle allows the gun to rest naturally in the hand. The low-bore axis helps make this gun easy to shoot too. CCW accuracy. From 15 yards off the bench, our best 5-shot group measured 1.73 inches with the Springfield Red Dot. Once the test was complete, we fired a few 5-shot groups with the iron sights and found they averaged from 3 to 4 inches from the bench at the same distance. The short barrel didn't seem to hamper either accuracy or muzzle velocity significantly. Reliability was good. One shell casing bounced back into the action and gummed up the works, but we're certain that was a result of a deflection off the sight. Otherwise, there were 2 other malfunctions, a stovepipe and a failure for the slide to lock open in well over 100 rounds of shooting. That's above average reliability based on our experience with new subcompact pistols. The redesigned trigger doesn't lead the class, but it's functional and has a very smooth take-up. What this Beretta does extremely well is disappear on your hip. This gun is easy to conceal under light summer clothing. Many of us are trail runners and are always looking for lightweight, durable pistols that are tough enough to survive daily exposure to perspiration and the elements, yet light enough not to be a burden. The Beretta fits that bill perfectly. The real question, though, is how the APX A1 Carry will stand up against the stack-and-a-half pistols. For example, SIG and Springfield guns hold more ammo, but that does add a bit more weight to the gun when loaded. Beretta has a loyal fan base and 500 years in the industry to back up its decision-making, and there's no question that the APX A1 Carry is a reliable, easy-to-carry pistol. There has never been a more crowded segment than today's concealed carry market, but the APX A1 Carry has the pedigree to succeed. Now, will we see an APX with a higher magazine capacity? Time will tell. That's all for this video, folks. See you another time.